welcome to another edition of Northern Heat. And this week we have three special guests with us. Shannon Lavigne from BHS and a few of her students. So why don't you introduce them for us, Shannon?
Okay, so this is Spencer, and we have Larissa with us as well.
There. So tell us a little bit. You contacted me a few weeks ago, and you came for a tour already of the shop with your students, and you're doing something special with your students this year.
Well, we are. It was the first year that I've been tasked to teach the Finance 12 class at Bathurst High School, and I was told to kind of try to make it my own. So I wanted to do things a little differently. So there is a unit on small business. So we talk about revenue, profit to loss, and expenses, variable and fixed. And one of the projects is to come up with a mock product and talk about what would be your expenses, what would be, the revenue, how could you go about selling this product? And it made me think, well, why don't we actually come up with a product as a class and make it and sell it and see it through? And so we've had a glow forge machine at our school for a little while now that was purchased by the district, I believe. And it hasn't been used as much as I would like at this point. And I really wanted, I'm a creative person, I wanted to do something with this machine. So it's a laser cutter that cuts wood and metal. And I've done one project with it already, but I was just chomping at the bit to do something else. And so I had the idea that maybe we could make a little keychain. So then come the problem, well, we need some wood. And I thought of you because I've known about your business for a while, and I thought it would be neat to have a special kind of wood as opposed to just any wood, and have it be environmentally conscious, because we would be using what I was hoping would be your waste product to make our product, since it was such a small piece of wood that we required. So I contacted you, and we then came for a visit with the students to see your business here, which is really an amazing thing for them to see, because I don't think a lot of them knew it existed. And it was quite neat to see what's going on here. So,
well, the interesting part, and we talked a little bit about it before we start, is that finance, accounting, and that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's not all the bells and whistles that it looks like. It wasn't my favorite topic in school, but you've been able to turn it around to more like a business and understanding everything around it. And the other part too is, as we talked about, is that small and medium-sized businesses are the core and the backbone of industry in North America. And so giving you guys an opportunity to be able to learn more about business firsthand, even if it's on a small scale, all you have to do is scale it up, right? So comments from you guys, like even about this project that you're working on, and what do you think about it?
Well, it's actually really, really different that we actually get to do this, because sometimes we always have to write it and stuff like that, and we never really get to do that stuff. But this is actually a lot different, because we can actually work on something and we could be able to test it out and see how it goes from there. And we searched up keychains and stuff like that, and we actually got to see how much it would cost. But we found out that it was like $10 or something like that.
Yeah, they were selling for about $10, similar products.
Yeah. And we just narrowed it down to like $5 and stuff like that, if we can be able to sell them and stuff like that.
So you're getting to understand, going out and do some research and find out, what are things, what's the market bear? And then after that, starting to figure out your cost. So what's your role in all of this project, and what do you think about it?
I think it's really good, not only for the hands-on experience, but being from Beldoon originally, I don't know a lot about the Bathurst area. So being connected to not only what you're doing in the community, but starting a new business with people in the community is really nice.
So it's touching on a whole pile of points, right? It's not just the finance part. So now you're into manufacturing. And the other day when you had your students here, you said that some of the work was going to be done in the shop, and you already had the students that were taking shop classes that were going to take care of it.
The many hands, exactly. And the other thing is just to make it accessible to them, to show them that they can actually do this on their own and start up a little business on their own. It doesn't have to be a grand scale. We can start very small and scale it from there.
But the other thing that I find, and this is maybe just me, is that by being in a community like ours, it allows you the flexibility to be able to do stuff like this.
Absolutely. Partnerships are key. And that is something that I've really brought into my teaching in the last few years, is that everything's better when you work together. And we have such an amazing community. People are always willing to help out. If you reach out, I don't think I've ever honestly gotten a no. I've reached out to many businesses in the area, many dignitaries in the area, and I always get help. And it really is the way I believe in experiential learning. I want the students to actually live it and see what it's all about, and making connections, and how important, we talked about values and how important that is in business. And these are things that we can learn through actually doing things, as opposed to just talking about it and seeing it for real.
Yeah. And one of the things that we talk about a lot on this show is the fact of, we are a small community, but the things that we can do here compared to the big city,
Absolutely.
like you'd never be able to do this in the big city.
You're right. You're absolutely right. The accessibility piece is key, and smaller communities are more tight knit, and we help each other out a little bit more. Yeah.
And then at the same time, it'll allow you guys to do your marketing, go out and sell, and you can sell online. You can go out to talk to people. You can go bang on the door and say, listen, this is a project for the high school. And
absolutely. And they'll support it because it's a project for the high school.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, listen, guys, I wish you the best of luck, and I'll go deliver some wood later on today.
Wonderful.
And, but I wish you the best luck with this. I'm very glad to hear that this is something that you're promoting and helping people, and helping young people to understand the world of becoming an entrepreneur, and some of the cases. Because this is your grade 12, you're graduating this year?
Both of us
11 or 12. These are 11, but it's a grade 12 finance course. Yeah.
So, in a couple of years, this will give you a chance to experience some stuff. In a couple of years, you got to make a decision on what's going to be the next step in your life.
Exactly.
You're going to leave this young lady here, and she's going to kick you out into the world, and you'll have to decide what to do. But hopefully you decide to get into becoming an entrepreneur.
Who knows?
I wish you the best, and thank you very much for doing that.
Thank you so much for having us, and thank you for your partnership.
Not a problem whatsoever. So there we are with another edition of Northern Heat for this week, the place you come to listen to the stories that haven't been discovered yet.